in the season are good for us because it's allowed our team to actually sigh and take a breath.
And if you're going to have issues that you've got to work through, Jay, I guess the earlier you find out about them, the better.
No question. Great screen by Maliq Brown along the baseline.
And by the way, the three before the timeout did count. The ruling was the shot was let go before the foul was committed. So the Caleb Foster three is good. Duke leads 9-6. Nearly a turnover there by Condon. As Micah Handlockton is checked in the middle for Chinyalu, and Urban Klabjar, number 7 for Florida, who's had a couple of great games recently. He's become instant offense off the bench for Todd Golden.
Well, Klabjar has played great, especially over his last 4 games. He's averaging 15 points a game over that stretch, 19 points a game over his last 2, and shooting close to 50% from 3. He's the best shooter on this Florida roster.
Remember last year, as you mentioned, the backcourt was sensational for them, beginning with Walter Clayton Jr., the most outstanding player to the Final Four, Elijah Martin, Will Richard, Denzel Aberdeen as well. So Klabjar's opportunities were few and far between. Getting more run this year. This is him. He splits the double, lobs it up, and Condon finishes.
Boy, what a great split of that double team. Just pushed the ball ahead with his left hand. And when you help up, they're just going to throw it right to the rim to their big finishers.
How about this, Jay? The Blue Devils have attempted 7 shots. All of them have been threes. Here's Boozer going inside. He lost like he was destined to redshirt last year, but they had some injuries in the front court in the middle of conference play, and he gave up his redshirt, came back really with less than half a season remaining, knowing that they might need him to get where they wanted to get, and of course, they got where they wanted to get.
Really good job by Florida to break that pressure, and then a great seal of the help on that drive. Handlockton just sealed all the help so nobody can get there and try to block it.
A steal by Flan, numbers, and he will miss the layup in transition, and it's Duke basketball. Well, they had 3-on-1, maybe 4-on-1, as now a block is. Mike Krzyzewski looks on here at Cameron.
Well, so many iconic coaches have left the game, retired over the last several years, but when you see coaches like great inbound play.
And somebody miscommunicated on the Florida side, an easy slam from Maliq Brown.
Yeah, just miscommunicated on a switch and left Maliq Brown, the screener on that play, wide open. But so many, we're talking about the coaches that have left the game, but when you see coaches like Todd Golden and John Shire, so young yet so accomplished, the game's in pretty darn good hands.
Golden is 40, Shire is 38.
No way is Todd Golden 40. he still gets carded.
Long three won't go for Klabjar. Houck saves it, but into the hands of Brown. Cam Boozer fouled on his way.
Is just try desperately to get him away from his left shoulder, going to that right hand. Try to make him finish with his left. He can finish right or left, but he's more proficient with his right.
Chinyalu rips down the rebound, and he has been a monster on the glass for the Gators this year. In his last 5 games, averaging better than 13 boards per contest. Again, the big front court with Houck playing at the 3. Klabjar, catch and release, and the Gators have the lead.
Well, coming off those screens, especially screens set as big as Chinyalu, Handlockton, and Houck, he gets his feet set, he drills it. You got to make him shoot it off the dribble, which he can do.
Boozer to Boozer. Now Cameron trying to brack in Chinyalu, and he will. Boy, and you're strong when you can move a guy like Chinyalu to that extent.
His strength and his footwork is so good. He pivots so well.
Handlockton couldn't hang on to the pass, and here come the Blue Devils. And Homenya, by the way, back in the game. We should have mentioned that earlier. After rolling that right ankle, that is a very good sign for Duke that it wasn't as serious as it looked, as his past as it is right now. In terms of efficiency, productivity, whatever word you want to use, he is playing as well, if not better, than anybody else in the country so far.
There's that zoom action out of the horn set. You'll see a lot of that from Florida in this game. Lead they had last year, and everything remains the same. That guard core last year of Walter Clayton Jr. and Elijah Martin and Will Richard and Denzel Aberdeen. They don't make them like that very often. It was an extraordinary backcourt.
3 of them drafted, 2 in the NBA. Chris?
Ian Lee having a good game in his last game against Providence. He said, I felt like that game was coming for a long time. He was in a dark place, just trying to figure it out. He said, honestly, I just had to get back to stop being so goal-oriented and enjoy and take and appreciate the joy of the game. So that's what led to me having a great game last time out.
And we were at shoot-around today, and he and his teammates certainly appear to be having a very fun experience at practice. I think they know they're really good, Jay, but I think they know they're still trying to mesh all of these pieces together, still kind of figuring out who they are at this point.
Well, I think it's true for both Duke and Florida, but maybe a little bit more so for Florida. I mean, they're set up front. This is one of the best, if not the best, front court in the country. As their guards get more comfortable and get comfortable with what they want to do with those big guys, because they're playing 3 bigs in the lineup. Last year was 3 guards.
Cam Boozer has checked back in. Speaking of 3 bigs, Boozer, Maliq Brown, and Patrick Gungba in the lineup at the same time. John Shire kind of upsizing to deal with the size of Florida.
Meanwhile, Florida's gone with 3 guards, a lineup that was really good against Providence.
Foster shut off on the baseline. And a foul committed by Boogie Fland, and that will be his second.
You know, Alex Condon did not play. He got hit in the face against TCU. He did not play in the game against Providence. And that might have necessitated having Fland, Lee, and Klavjar play together so much in the Providence game, but it was a really effective lineup, and I think you'll see more of it tonight, irrespective of Fland's foul trouble he just got in.
So he sits down, Hauk returns. Both teams playing very big lineups right now. This is like old school basketball. Evans quiet so far. Boozer for 3, his second of the game.
John Shire made an adjustment about 10 days ago or so, and you saw it a lot against Arkansas. He's using Cam Boozer more in the middle of the floor, in that middle third. More difficult to help on him.
Condon kicks it out to Lee, and a foul is called on Brown.
Cam Boozer, when he catches the ball after that screening action, Chinyelu is not out on him because he doesn't want to get blown by on a drive, and that's twice now that Boozer has risen up to shoot, and that was after a dribble, so he was stationary. So Chinyelu, once he picks that dribble up, has to put more pressure on him.
Jay, that foul on Maliq Brown, his second, and in a negative sense for the ACC.
Yeah, I mean, the 14-2, it wasn't just that. In the 14 wins the SEC had, they won by an average of 16 points. In the 2 ACC wins, they won by an average of, I think, 3.
Yeah.
And you know, Clemson beat Kentucky, Duke beat Auburn here in Cameron Indoor Stadium. But there was no question the better league. The SEC last year was, in my view, the best league there's ever been, top to bottom.
Fland flying in, misses the layup, out of bounds to Duke, and Florida is shooting just 30% from the field and just 2 for 13 from 3. They just cannot buy a bucket right now.
Everything has been contested, and Duke has really put very good pressure on the ball, and they've walled up inside and really protected the paint well. Now, Florida's got a number of, they might have what, 9 offensive rebounds, but they haven't been able to capitalize on those offensive rebounds and turn them into points.
Yeah, 9 offensive rebounds for 2 second chance points is almost unheard of as Gungba traveled. Big 2:38 here for the Gators to stay within range or maybe try to cut into this deficit a little bit. Hauk has been their go-to guy. Look at the spin and a goaltending call, or was it? There was not. And John Golden is hopping mad.
That hit the backboard.
Yeah, but if it's not called live, it cannot be looked at. A bucket for Foster at the other end, and it sure looked like that should have been a basket for Florida. Chinyelu one-on-one with Gungba.
I would think he's saying that their offense has not helped their defense, but Florida I thought they ran by some opportunities in the first half, better in the second.
A well-designed play out of the timeout. Jimenez finds Brown for the slam.
Really have to communicate on those back screens and put pressure on the ball.
/donate. As you know, Jay, 100% of every donation goes directly to cancer research.
Florida, a little 1-2-2 3/4 court press. Takes a little bit of time off the clock. Now back in the 2-3 zone. Just give a different look, disrupt the rhythm of the game. Pretty big along that back line.
Foster. Jimenez. And off the hand, then foot of Evans, out of bounds. The Gators have held Isaiah Evans in check. He is 2 for 7, 4 points, 0 for 4 from 3.
Smart to put Chinyelu out top where he can screen and then roll down into the low post.
Lee got his man in the air. Plenty of time to line up a 3, but he can't hit it. Rebound, Chinyelu up and in.
Like Condon takes up so much space, it's hard to block out both he and Chinyelu. This is just a fabulous offensive rebounding team, and as long as it's not a long rebound, it's advantage Florida to get that board.
Lee hit the deck. Evans is free, but it misses the 3. Maliq Brown the offensive rebound. Now Jimenez wide open. Chinyelu races down to grab this one.
Everything he grabs is with 2 hands.
Maliq muscling his way into the paint and draws another.
Legit. Ryan Conwell, Michael Brown Jr. It's ridiculous how good those guys are. Brown is as good a freshman as there is in the country.
Very interesting game here. Florida back within 2 after trailing by as many as 14. Over on ESPN2, Tennessee and Syracuse are in a battle in the ACC SEC Challenge, with the Vols leading by 1 with 4 minutes to go as the Evans lay-in gives Duke a 4-point lead.
Good curl off that screen. Cloudjar was locking and trailing. At least he took the 3-point line away from Isaiah Evans.
Condon with Caden Boozer on him. Got the pass, then attracted a lot of Duke defenders, and it's knocked out of bounds.
Duke just converged on the ball. Florida had the advantage, and when Condon went up, there were 4 black shirts around him.
Left it short. Boy, did everything right, but didn't finish the layup.
And Condon screened off the help yet again, but Houck just couldn't finish the play. He's been so good in this game, but another opportunity near the rim where Florida just could not finish it. It's almost like he lost the ball on the way up. But Condon did such a great job of screening off the weak side help.
Gumba. He's hit a couple of 3s tonight, now driving on Hanlogden. Threads the needle inside to Brown. He has taken a big step forward from a season ago.
Just a beautiful cut by Maliq Brown, but what a pass.
Gumba's got 3 assists on the night. Fland no. Condon the rebound and fouled by Brown.
Like that made the difference.
Brown stays in the game with 3 fouls. The big lineup again for Florida. The look inside. Condon no. Houck has it and lays it in. Boy, Sarr was down on the court and didn't know or couldn't find the basketball right behind him. And very opportunistically, Houck picked it up. Now Fland with a steal. The follow-up and in, and all of a sudden it's a 1-point game.
Boy, Thomas Houck quick to the ball, and Boogie Fland with the steal. He leads this team in steals. A solid defender.
Inside, Evans with an and one.
It's going to be an up and down game.
The lead back to 7 after the Gators had it down to 1. And now another steal. Boozer. Yes! It's all Cameron Boozer right now.
Just so smart to break contact and get around and knock that away with the right hand.
Klausjar can't get where he wanted to go. Gave it up. Hauk for three, and his monster night continues.
So few of Florida's buckets have come off assists. They've had to make so many individual plays in this game.
19 made field goals, only 3 assists. Hauk now has 22, same as Boozer.
Open side pick and roll.
Foster shooting it very well this year, but misses that 3. Lee looking to push. Klausjar on the wing. Got it! And it's a 3-point game.
Klausjar is such a great shooter. When he gets his feet set, you really have to make him bounce it.
The junior from Slovenia, a double-figure score off the bench for the Gators this year. Amenya into the paint. Boozer for 3. Offensive rebound, Darren Harris. Brown wants to hand it off to Foster. Good ball pressure, though, or off the ball pressure there by Lee to prevent it. Harris lost it and commits a foul. Right back in this game. The shots have been falling more. They've been converting the second chance opportunities more. And until about the last 2 minutes, they did a good job putting the clamps on Cameron Boozer, but that has changed. What a block by Isaiah Evans.
They were in a horn set, got a little fade screen up top, and a great recovery by Evans. That needed to be a shot fake by Klausjar.
Jay, that's 9 blocks for Duke. Patrick Gungba's got 5 of them.
He's been a wall near the bucket.
Boozer the drive. Backing down Shinyulu. Got it back and puts it in. He is relentless.
Is so difficult to contain, even on that left-handed drive, able to get back to that right hand.
I mean, they don't come much stronger than Ruben Shinyulu, and Boozer's able to back him down.
This goes right into his chest. Got a switch. See, when Shinyulu catches it up top, they're not guarding him.
4 to shoot. Lee will have to create. Lofts it up off the rim. Shinyulu the rebound.
Good pass.
Lee wide open. And underneath, I think, well, it's definitely Duke. We'll see who Brian O'Connell is calling it on. It is Gungba called for the foul.
That last possession is an example why Todd Golden wants a shot up without a turnover, because they're such a great offensive rebounding team. They kick it out, get an open 3. They missed it. But so far, Florida's best. How many deflections?
Foster stays in front of Flan. Now the switch. Back to Hauk. Picked up his dribble, finds Flan. A deep one with the shot clock running down. Another offensive rebound. Hand-locked in that time. And they've got a fresh 20 to work with here.
And Isaiah Evans did a good job of fighting him on that switch.
Hauk tried for the up and under.
1-2-2 3/4 court pressure, drops back in that 2-3 zone again. And they do. There's a lot of room in that middle.
Evans the drive, the kick. Boozer back to Evans. Got to get a shot up soon. He will, and it won't go. Offensive rebound, Gungba. Evans. Gungba again. And a foul. Florida, though, still within range and better than 5 minutes to go. Everything out on the perimeter, and the shot clock now inside 10. Flan trying to drive, blocked away. That's the other 5. He's got 5 blocks tonight.
Only 5 on the shot clock.
Condon slips past Brown and slams it.
Well, you're so worried about Boogie Fland coming off that handoff, and he's not shot the ball well. And a great read of the defense by Alex Condon on that keeper.
Florida has led for all of a minute and a half in this game. Their last lead was 13-12, but again, they are within range. Boozer driving on Chinyalu. Good defense. Boozer left it short. Florida ball.
A really good defense by Ruben Chinyalu on that drive to stop it with his chest.
Fland with a tough mid-range shot that goes to make it a 2-point game. Boogie Fland has stepped up offensively here in the second half.
Urban Klapchar on Isaiah Evans. He's not going to leave him.
Again, Boozer one-on-one with Chinyalu. Chinyalu knocks it away. Boozer finds Foster. They still have time. Now 5 on the shot clock. Boozer misses the 3. Knocked out of bounds by
Points and 5 rebounds, and he's had to battle against an outstanding front line. Rebounding is going to be a big factor this last 3:25 of regulation.
Chris Button has more.
As animated of a Florida huddle as there's been all game, Todd Golden came in there and said, we just got to do the basics. Rebound, take care of the basketball, get our shots up. We have them playing on our heels. We got this.
An incredible block and save by Maliq Brown. Duke ball up 2 with 3 minutes to go.
So many basket-saving plays at the rim for Duke in this game.
And now Klapchar pokes it away. Last tied at 19. Florida's last lead 13-12. They could tie or take the lead on this trip. Fland takes a bump and hits. Boy, another crafty play by Boogie Fland, and it's all tied up.
Boy, really smart not to blast off that ball screen. Just get the defender on your hip, lock him down, and knock in the mid-range. Great play by Boogie Fland.
A 6-0 run for the Gators to tie it. To shoot. Gumba to Boozer. Boozer 4-3, and Duke is back on top. Looks like he made a good choice focusing on basketball, and he's brought him back within 1.
Back to the 1-2-2 pressure.
Little trap. Foster gets it over. With now 1 minute remaining in regulation.
They're going back to this zone. Chinyalu in the middle.
Laying off of Gumba. He'll step back. He'll take it. Florida ball with a chance to take the lead. Fland. Got it! And the Gators lead by 2. Timeout. Here we go. Deflected.